As my mother likes to say, resting is rusting. So we won't rust too long. Yes, yes. Resting is rusting. That says a lot. Correct, correct. Okay. We're going to heal momentarily. Yes. Okay. So you're laying in Shavasana. Your palms are facing open. Your neck is neutral. Your lower back spreads across the mat. You'll take a giant breath in through the nose and a loud exhale breath out through the mouth. Yeah. Opportunity to let go this morning. It's always a busy time of year, right? Settling back into a new season, new schedule. So just do what your body allows you to do today. Yoga is about finding the right amount of energy in the poses. So not doing too much, not doing too little, finding a happy medium. It's called balance. Ujjayi breath. Inhale through the nose to the back of the throat. Exhale through the nose to the back of the throat. So breathing in and out through the nose, not using the mouth, is going to calm your central nervous system. So it's a little trick, little tool. Keep the breath with you throughout the practice. Do the best that you can with Ujjayi breath. It is not perfect, so you will notice at times you breathe differently. That is normal. Blink your eyes open. Hug your right knee in towards your navel. Give it a good squeeze. Prop your head up. Put the block underneath your head. Yeah. Engage your left leg. Flex the foot. Yeah, I have a feeling it's one of those days I'm going to walk into everyone's stuff. Yeah. Been one of those weeks. Keep hugging the right knee in. As you do this, notice a lot of times I find that your neck starts to do funny things. Your chin should not tuck towards the chest and your chin should not extend up towards the sky. You want to find neutral. Focus on keeping the left calf connected to the ground for a moment. Flex the left toes more and hug the right knee in a little closer. Perfect. Keep the right knee right where it is. Slide your arms alongside your body. Reach the fingertips forward towards the front of the room. Lift the fingertips up off the ground. Your hands face the sides of your hips, so your shoulders are in the proper rotation. Lift the shoulder blades up off the ground and begin the action of engaging your core towards the back of the spine. Float the left calf up off the ground and hold. Now, momentarily as you hold here, you're not holding your breath. Your neck stays neutral. For some reason, this doesn't feel good in your neck today. Simple solution. You just place your hands behind your head or place a block behind your head. Yes. Lower back spreads, lower belly presses firm into the back of the spine. Extend the right leg straight up towards the sky. Now, you may notice that the right leg does not go pin straight, so don't freak out. Yeah. Reach your hands behind your right thigh without touching your arms against your leg in a prayer. There you go. If it's just the fingertips, it's just the fingertips. Yes. The neck stays neutral, so look up, Nikki, towards the sky. Obviously, if it's too much for the left leg to stay lifted, you just drop it down. But, you know, I'm all about finding as much intensity in everything as possible. I emailed my 10-year-old daughter's soccer coach and told him there wasn't enough intensity in the practice, that I was watching from my car and I was concerned she's not getting a good workout, and that she plans to do a 2-mile run before practice every day. So yeah, so we're gonna look for more intensity in the pose. Good, you're gonna stay like this, okay? The hands are just gonna go in a prayer to the side of your right leg now, so they'll come together. You got it, Jess. And you're gonna reach cross body. You're still doing the same thing. The left calf is lifted if you're looking for the intensity, which I know Kelsey is. He's with me. He's with me. Back of the head and neck, just staying nice and lengthened and long. Happy Friday, my friends. Back to the center the same way you just were. Don't touch. Just see if you can reach into that prayer. That's it. That's it. That's it. Everything that we do in here, I do myself. So, yep, I try it out first. Yeah. Grab behind your right quadricep and relax. Hamstring release. Hamstring release. Hamstring release. Don't yank your leg towards you. Don't yank your leg. Yeah, keep your right leg somewhat straight. Yeah. You're releasing your hamstring, my friends. Left calf is down. You're using a clasp hand on the meaty part of your hamstring and dragging your leg just a little bit closer towards you and breathing into the meaty part of the leg. Let the leg fall to the ground. Yep. Hug your left knee towards your navel. Give it a good squeeze. Squeeze it in. Focus on activating your left hip and then flex your right toes and get your calf to really connect to the ground and find extension along the entire right side of the body. That's it. Now keep hugging your left knee in and then reach your arms forward. The arms reach forward. So it's like a little Pilates, beginning to Pilates roll up. The back of the head and the neck lifts. So you look up towards the sky and then the leg floats up off the ground. Not straightening the leg yet. You're keeping the knee bent to begin. So the knee is bent and the right leg. So it's like you're in a plank with knee towards navel, but you're on your back. Your arms are active, your neck is neutral, your breath is flowing. If this is too intense for the head of the neck, you slide a block or your hands behind your head. That's a really good option. Great. Keep the right leg where it is if you can. Extend the left leg straight up towards the sky. If it doesn't go pin straight, it's okay. Hands behind that left thigh in a prayer. Try not to let your arms touch your leg. Yeah, so if it doesn't quite meet, you have to lift higher. Maybe it's just the fingertips or it's that general direction of gathering in. So there's a scooping out of your belly and you're reaching forward. Your neck stays neutral. Your breath is full. There you go. Thank you for putting your hair in a bun. Yeah, thank you. Just like that. Hands in prayer to the left. Don't touch the leg. Yes. Yes, it's like you're reaching for the corner of the mat for more intensity, the right calf. I'm going to name this class More Intensity. Breathe. You should feel a squeezing of the obliques. You're not crunching with your neck. You're using deep abdominal muscles. Bring it back to center. Don't touch the leg. Reach in a prayer. You'll notice you can go a little deeper and further if you set your attention to do so. Yes. You got it. 3 more breaths. Grab behind the meaty part of your thigh and relax. Relax. Drag the leg a little closer to you. The left leg may not go pin straight, but if you can, you're straightening the leg and pressing through the heel and dragging your leg a little closer to you while softening your shoulders down your back. Neck stays neutral. Your right calf stays down and you just feel. Anytime you work in deep into the hamstrings, you want to make sure you don't feel at the insertion point. Right, it's the meatier part of the leg. Let the leg fall to the floor. It's a little longer. Hug the knees in, give them a big squeeze. Rock and roll a couple times. You get some momentum going, my friends, and then cross the ankles, step into your first tabletop position just for a brief moment. Tabletop position, your hands are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips, tops of the feet onto the ground or curled into the mat, you pick. Yep, sink the spine down and look forward. Exhale, round the spine deeply and look in. Yeah, cat and cow. Inhale, sinking the spine down and looking forward. Exhale, rounding the spine deeply and looking in. Just like that. Sink the spine down and look forward. Round the spine deeply and look in. One more. Sink the spine down and look forward. Exhale, rounding and looking in. Come to a flat back tabletop position. Slide your hands like an inch or 2 more forward and a tiny bit wider. Make sure the index fingers turn out. Yeah, just a little bit. Curl the toes into the mat and lift the hips to your first down dog. You want to take up quite a bit of space in your down dog this morning. So you're almost taking up the whole length of the mat if you're tall. If you're short, okay, you take up less space. Soften behind your knees a little bit. Plug down through your thumb, your index finger, your baby finger, and pay attention to your outer triceps. Your outer triceps are going to do a lot of work to maintain a stable down dog. Let your head detach from your body. Not hard for the majority of us to do that. And pick a drishti spot. A drishti is known as a focal point. Breathe the hips way up off your shoulders. That's it. Center of your heels start to melt towards the ground. The back side of the body is getting an active release. Hold. Roll forward to plank. Lead a little with your heart and chest. That's it. If you get here and you're like, no dice today, drop your knees and support the pose. No one cares if you modify, right? You have to listen to what your body needs today. Today is different than yesterday, then different than what's going to be next week. So we can't project. We just have to be in the moment. Arms are active. A little micro bend if you know you're a little bit more mobile. Lucky you. And then quiet everything down by really tapping into the breath. So the first thing that happens here is your mind tells your body, I can't maintain this anymore. But really, your body is stronger than your mind. Yeah, you believe it. You are much stronger than you think you are. So the body and the mind have to start to work together to maintain the pose and utilize the breath. Hips go up and back down dog. Very nice. Plank position. You seem super stoked. Yeah. Yeah. Bend your elbows an inch. Re-straighten your arms. Hips go up and back down dog. That's called a micro push-up. Yeah. Roll forward plank. Bend your elbows just a couple inches. Small movement. I don't want you going too deep. Re-straighten your arms using your core. Hips go up and back down dog. That's still a micro push-up. Yeah. Roll forward plank position. Drop your knees if you know that you do better like that. Halfway to a push-up, supported push-up or regular push-up. The trick is to keep the shoulders. Make sure they don't dump down. That was good, Megan. Megan, hot pink Megan. Re-straighten your arms. Hips go up and back down dog. Breathe your right leg up and back. Don't kick anyone in the head. Yeah. Yeah. Just lift it. Lift from your inner thigh with integrity. Point your right toes. Come forward. Hug your right knee in towards your navel. Look forward with your eyes and step your right foot forward and through. Be on your fingertips for a beat. If the foot didn't quite make it up there, just use your hands. A lot of times you need a little help. Step to the top of the mat with your left foot. Feet hips width distance is recommended. Long spine on the inhale. Listen, if your hands don't make it to the floor, you can rest your hands to the front of your shins just like that. Perfect, Lauren. Exhale the breath. Fold into yourself. Bend your knees a lot when you do this. Root to rise, come all the way up. Go up slow. Sometimes it makes you a little dizzy. Some of you like that. Drag your hands to prayer at heart. Drop your arms. Yeah. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Anytime you forward fold, bend your knees more than you think you need to. Long spine to set it up. You're going to step to plank position. Step, plank position, even if you've had a lot of coffee and you're feeling energized. Halfway to a push-up. Modify with your knees down or take it out if it's not working for you today. Revisit plank. Hips go up and back, down dog. Breathe your left leg up and back. Point your left toes. Your left leg lifts from your inner thigh. Come forward, hug your left knee in towards your navel. Scoop up the belly. It's your left leg. Some of you are on your right leg. Step the left foot forward and through. Be on your fingertips. Spring to the top in one piece. Long spine. Hands can rest in your shins. Don't stress about it. Exhale the breath, fold. Let the head go. You got it. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Just like that. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over bent knees. Forward fold. Let the head go. Long spine to prepare. Step to plank. Halfway to your push-up. Drag yourself through your first back bend of choice. I'm going to recommend up dog, but some of us do better with a baby cobra. Slide your hands in our back like 2 inches. Perfect. Hips go up and back, down dog. So especially the transition from that low push-up to the back bend, you really want to be mindful that you're not going into your low back. So that's why we offer options. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. You can step, float, skip, curl. Just get to the top. Long spine. Nice. Fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Nice job. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold, let the head go. Long spine to prepare. You can step. If you do feel like you can float, you have to land in a low push-up, not in a plank. Yeah, the up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. So the goal is to be able to do this for, as long as possible. So we're looking for longevity in the practice. Abrasive movements aren't going to get us there. Look where you want to go. You can step, float, skip, crawl, get there light, long spine, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Just like that, arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to set it up. You can step or float through your version of the vinyasa, reminding you if you hop, you want to hop to a low push-up. Up dog is smooth. You want to press even through the tops of the feet and your hands. Hips go up and back, down dog. So picking up the pace a little bit, but not, sacrificing the alignment and the breath. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top. Get there light. Long spine, fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arm goes straight up. Keep moving and breathing. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Let the head go. Long spine. Step or float through your version. Good. Up dog pulls you through, nice and even. Don't drop the neck back. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Roll forward to plank. Float the right foot an inch from the ground. Hug your right knee straight in, just like this. Step the right foot forward and through. Walk it a little to the right. Drop the back knee down on an angle. Pause for a second, keeping your fingertips down on the ground. Yes. Slide your hands up to the top of your right thigh. Not your knee, your thigh. You want to actively press your hands into the top of the thigh. Let the shoulders draw down the back. And see if you can drop down into this a little bit. So you're starting the essence of a back bend. And you're letting the psoas, our walking, running muscles, our life muscles, elongate. Good. You're going to sweep your arms up towards the sky for a beat. Begin to feel. If for some reason this doesn't feel good for your back left knee, you can modify it by sliding something underneath, even a block. Yep, let me know. Drop your arms alongside your body, just alongside your body. You're going to keep your torso up. Interlace your hands behind your back. You have a favorite grip. You're probably going to go for that one first. Little bend behind the elbows. Let the hands lie down the back of the thigh for a moment. Good. So you're going to keep your torso like this with the bind. Curl the left toes into the mat. Lift the kneecap up and pause, letting the knee hover the mat. Start to integrate your back left leg and rise like this. Torso lifts. Hands stay clasped. Back leg integrates. Listen, if you get here and it doesn't feel good, bend your front thigh. Megan, if you can. I don't know if there's something going on that you feel that doesn't feel good. Bend your front thigh. There you go. So you're in a crescent lunge with a bind behind your back. That's it. Your right thigh bone slides back into the hip socket. The left knee can soften if this doesn't feel good for the hip. Yep, you can always drop it completely down. You're feeling the weight in the standing right heel. You're zipping up that back leg. You're going to unleash your hands and sweep your arms up towards the sky. Soften the shoulders down the back. Hands to frame your front foot. Listen carefully. The arms are active. The back leg is active, strong, and straight. Your right knee tucks in towards your navel. So you're back the way you started, plank position with your right knee towards your navel. Feed your right leg back and through for a three-legged down dog. Open your hip this time. So bend your knee in half and open your hip. When you do this, make sure you're not dumping all your weight left. You want to keep your pelvis as neutral as you possibly can. Yeah. Square the hips off, hug the knee back in just for a beat, and then step the right foot back and forward. Turn your back foot on a sharp angle. Before you go, grip your right hip in, turn your back toes, Nikki, more forward. Keep going, keep going. Perfect. And then rise, first warrior. Melina, turn your back toes more forward. Keep going, more forward. Widen your stance. Perfect. So the goal in First Warrior is that the left ribs have the ability to spin forward. So you can't do that if your toes are way open. Yeah. Your right hip does a lot of work gripping in. Kelsey, back foot, you got to turn those toes more forward. Keep going, more forward. Walk your right foot more to Melina and your left foot over to the left. Hands to frame your front foot, plank position, plank position. Halfway to a push-up. Plank position because you're strong. Float the left foot an inch, pause, float the left foot an inch. Imagine if you were in school and like you really had to listen. Like what are the kids dealing with? I don't know. Hug your left knee straight in. Step the left foot forward and through. Walk it just a snag to the left. Drop your back knee down on an angle. Pat it if it didn't feel right to you. Good. Slide your hands to the top of the thigh. So the goal here is that you're kind of crawling yourself in. Right. So the hands press. You activate. Your back thigh is down on an angle. This is giving you a pretty powerful stretch. And then sweep your arms out and up, and you come up to the supported lunge. Drop your arms alongside your body. You have a favorite grip. You're going to go with the less favorite grip. Opposite thumb, opposite baby finger. Begin to clasp, and you begin to squeeze the shoulder blades down the back. The hands drop towards the back of that right thigh quadricep area. But your neck stays neutral. Curl the back right toes into the mat and lift the knee just an inch from the ground. Yeah. Side ribs nice and long. Then fire up that back leg as much as it's going to go and arrive into this crescent lunge with hands bound. You're bending deep into the front left thigh, so the thigh bone slides back in the hip socket. The back right toes are pressing down firmly into the mat. The knee can have a little bend or a deep bend, totally up to you. The eyes of the shoulders lift. Unleash the hands and sweep them out and up or straight up if your neighbor's nearby. Crescent lunge. Hands to frame your front foot. Arms active, back right leg strong. Just tuck your left knee in towards your navel. Thread the left leg back and through a three-legged down dog. Bend the knee, open up the hip a little bit, but don't jump all the weight right. That's good, Jody. I like that. Arms stay active. You're nice and even. Square it off, hug the left knee and give it a good squeeze. Step the left foot forward and through. So before you go, guys, everyone walk their left foot over to the left. Turn your back right foot on a 70-degree angle. I'm horrible at math, but 70 degrees is not a 45-degree angle, right? So it's almost completely tilt forward. Then rise, warrior one. Great, much better. So by having that back foot almost completely turned forward, you have the ability to get the right ribs to move. Now, if you feel any tugging in your lower back, simple solution, just tip your torso like an inch or two forward. Takes us out. Hands to frame your front foot. You're going to find plank. Lower halfway to your low push-up. The up dog is smooth. The hips go up and back, downward facing dog. You're like, can I go home now? I'm good. Just look where I want to go. Step or float to the top, nice and light. Long spine, fold. Feet together, separated, you pick, chair pose, weight moves into your heels. Shoot up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. We're going to do 3 some B's together. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Just get out of your own head and just feel it. Chair pose, sit deep. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare, step or float through your vinyasa. Adding or subtracting at this point. Right foot forward, back foot turns, rise, warrior one. To the floor we go through our vinyasa. If the push-ups are too much, just take it out. How you doing, Wendy? You okay? Okay. Left foot lands, back foot turns, rise. Good. To the floor we go, chaturanga push-up. The up dog is real smooth. Try not to be jerky or baby cobra. Hips go up and back, down dog. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. Long spine, fold, chair pose. Shoot up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Arms go straight up, heavy in your heels for chair. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine prepares you. Step or float. Up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. Right foot lands, back foot turns. Not too fast, not too slow, just right for you. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Smooth transition through the up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. Left foot lands, back foot turns, rise. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Look where you want to go, step or float to the top. Long spine, fold, chair pose. Shoot up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Arms go straight up, heavy in your heels, chair. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine, step or float. Up dog, smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Keep it going, right foot forward, back foot turns, rise, warrior one. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Up dog is smooth. Good work. Hips go up and back, down dog. Left foot lands, back foot turns, rise. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Upward facing is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Look to the top, step or float your feet there. Long spine, fold in half. Sit into chair, weight moves into your heels. Drag your hands to prayer. Inhale your breath, hook and twist towards the right. So a lot of times when we twist in this pose, we end up twisting into our lower back, which is what we don't want. Our lower back is not meant to twist. It's the little baby ribs that twist. Right. So just look down and make sure your feet, your shins, your knees, everything are nice and lined up and your spine is staying straight. You want to look sideways or look up. Yeah, if you have the arm opening to open up your arms, then great. If not, just stay with this. The weight stays back in your heels. Chair pose, pull it around. Drag your hands to prayer, inhale your breath, hook and twist the other direction. Watch that your right knee does not slide past your left. I'd rather you twist less and be in proper alignment. If you're not utilizing your breath, you're going to probably feel it now. Send the breath where you need it. Chair pose, pull it around. Yeah. You're going to sit all the way down. You're going to grab your blocks. You're going to come into a boat navasana with your knees a little bent and your hands on the blocks. So it's going to look like this, guys. I'm a little close to you, but that's okay. We can make it work. So it's going to look like this. The blocks, now depending on your arm length, you know, some of us are going to need the blocks closer to our hips. Some of them are going to need them a little further if you got long arms or if you got short arms or your arms are just in the middle here. So you're going to find a boat like this. Now, the goal here is that when you're in boat pose, you are not going into your low back, okay? You're going to cross your ankles and you're going to press into the blocks like this. Now, the feet may not lift. You can just do it like this. Lower down. Take a breath in. Try it. You're going to like this. This is right up your alley. You and I are on the same wavelength. Yeah. Here we go. You're going to lift back up in a boat navasana. So just keep your hands down for the boat because I really want you to stay out of your low back. You're going to cross your legs. You're going to squeeze in. You have to sit up. Start by keeping the feet down so you just feel the alignment and then see if you can lift them up. Lower down. Take a breath. You got this. Here we go. Go again. Legs up. We're not interested in straight leg Navasana. That's a thing of the past. Try it one more time. You're going to cross the ankles, press and lift. Lower down. Cross the ankles, plant the hands, step through a vinyasa. Okay? Step through a vinyasa. It should feel pretty good to move. Back bend of choice. Meet me in a downward facing dog. Hold for 5 breaths in down dog. Check in with your hands, everybody. Index fingers should be forward or a little bit turned out. Right. Get out of your head and get into your space. Yes. Breathe your right leg up and back, 3-legged down dog. Good. Come forward, hug your right knee straight in towards your navel. Step your right foot smack in between your hands. Don't come up. So you're going to turn your back foot on a sharp angle. We're actually going to not come up. We're going to come right into triangle from the ground up. So grab anywhere across the front of your right shin or utilize a block to the outside of your calf. So it just depends on how you move. You want to make sure your back toes are turned open enough, but they're turned a little forward. Looks good, Lauren. Grip your right hip in, and you want to feel like you're pulling your pant leggings up your leg. If you're wearing shorts, you want to feel like you're pulling the skin up your leg. So your shoulder slides down your back. You breathe your left arm straight up. That's it. Now, the top arm, you could reach it up and forward only if that feels good in your shoulder. So Helen's got a shoulder thing. Her hand is just on her hip, and that's a nice way to do it as well. Right. Just throwing out different ideas. Your right ribs continue to spin. Your left arm is reaching forward, so you really get this like side body opening, and it really activates the TFL, which is your kind of the hip insertion point. Keeping your arm reaching forward if it's forward or straight up, you pick. You're going to look down. You're going to step up into Ardha Chandrasana this way with the arm reaching forward. The front row may have a little bit of, you know, blocking with the mirror. The half moon, you want to focus on your right foot, keeping it forward. If you tried out bringing your arm forward, now you can just bring it straight up towards the sky. Most of you are back there. Yeah. The right toes want to turn in. That's just weakness. Most of us have tight hips. Right. So just see if you can iron out that foot, bringing it forward. If you're dying to bind, you're welcome to do so. Bend at your knee crease and reach for the foot. The kick would go behind you. Some days it's nice to just be real basic and work on the stability and the alignment in the pose. Spark up those left toes. Okay, we're going to do the transition slow. Stay with me. You're still in half moon. You're going to drag your block back to the outside of your right foot, and you're going to step into it, extended side angle A. So you're going to have to step all the way back, and your right hand stays on the block, and the left arm peels. So now you bend your right leg, guys. You have to bend your right leg. I would place the block on either the medium or high height. You're doing awesome. The right hip grips in. The bottom ribs turn, and the left arm reaches straight up towards the sky, or it can come up and forward if you feel like you can get there. Roll your right thigh open. Nice work. If the left arm feels feeling funky, your hand can just be on your hip. That's fine. You want to keep turning your right ribs. So, you know, we move. Then we have to hold the poses so something happens. Lauren, you're doing awesome. Just bring your hand to the outside of the foot because we're working on the outer hip. There you go. Roll your right thigh open. If you have your hand on a block, it may be better for the shoulder. Yeah, perfect. Because you want your right arm straight. Nice work. You got 3 more breaths. Get out of your head. Warrior 2, come on up. Warrior 2. Widen your stance a tad. Some of them got a little small. Yeah, lengthen your tailbone, spread across your collarbone. Roll your right thigh open and breathe from fingertip to fingertip. So a lot of times we lean forward in this pose. You want to feel that you're really finding some symmetry. No bodies are, perfect. So you just do the best that you can. Now close your eyes and go inward. You have 4 or 5 breaths that you're holding. Oh my God, I had to put this in. Did anybody binge watch this entire show, The Perfect Couple? Yes. Just relax. 2 more. Okay, we're going to transition together. You're going to circle your hands to frame your front foot, okay? You're going to lift your left knee up off the ground. You're going to drop your left knee down and turn the toes out towards the left. And we're going to go into a modified side plank. So your left knee will be down, modified side plank, and the right leg lifts up. You got it. There's a little bit of a transition. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to bend your right knee up towards your right elbow. You're going to crunch in. That's it. Crunch in and then open it up. Bend the elbow and crunch in. You're just crunching as much as you can and open it up. Again, you're going to bend the elbow, crunch in, open it up. One more time, bend the elbow in, open it up and hold. Right hand down, right knee down. You're in a little tabletop position. Sit back on your heels, extend your arms forward for child's pose. Spread your arms forward. Yeah. Because I want you to stay active. So you're relaxing into it for a beat, but you're staying active in your arms. Curl the toes into the mat, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Breathe your left leg up and back, 3-legged down dog. Point the left toes, come forward, hug your left knee and give it a good juicy squeeze this morning. Step the left foot smack in between your hands. You're going to stay low for the next little bit. Turn the back foot on a sharp angle. Triangle pose from the ground up. You're just going to begin to straighten the left leg and pull up anywhere across the front of the left shin. Yeah. If you're utilizing the block, the recommendation is to go to the outside of the left calf, underneath the shoulder, so you can really find a nice side body extension. What we don't want is to dump down into the low back. If the shoulders are giving you any sort of, issues today, just keep your hand on your hip. That's it. Perfect, Wendy. The breath is flowing. Good job with that. The right arm can stay straight up just like this, or you can begin to reach it up and forward if the shoulder health is there today. If the arm pops in front of the face, it's kind of an indication that the shoulder's not ready for that. Good. With the arm reaching forward, you'll look down and see if you can step up into Ardha Chandrasana with the arm reaching forward for a breath or two. Yes. Good job, guys. If the arm is still reaching forward, if you tried that on, just reach it straight up towards the sky, just straight up towards the sky. Regular Ardha Chandrasana, focusing on that left foot, grounding it, hip grounding in and up. Flexion of the right toes. If you're dying for the little bind, you're welcome to give it a whirl. Kick the heel in and grab your foot from behind. The left ribs turn. Yes, you want your foot, Lauren, to go behind you for the health of the knee. Yeah. Okay, good try. Release any binds. Listen carefully. Don't just plop into warrior 2. So what we're going to do is you're going to slide the block back so it's to the outside of the left foot, and then step back low to the ground in extended side angle A. Right arm up. So now you're bending deep into that front thigh. Your block's to the outside of that left foot. I like a high setting for this. Or your arm can bump up to the top of the thigh if it didn't quite work. Right arm straight up or up and over your ear. It's going to give you more of that side body opening. Looks good, Franca. Roll your left thigh open, guys. So the outside of the left leg and the inside of the left arm make this marriage. And then your ribs turn and your hip grips. If your hand is resting on the block, make sure the weight of the world isn't clunking down into that wrist. Maybe lighten your load a little. Come to your fingertips. 3 more breaths. Warrior two, come on up. Oh my God, that was a torturous breath. Yes, warrior two, widen your stance, roll your thigh open, lengthen your tailbone, spread evenness and openness across the front line of the body, and surrender into it. The moments you get to hold are the moments that you see a lot about the poses and what you need to do with your breath, with your mind, with the physical. Soften the shoulders down the back and relax the jaw. Just a few more breaths. You can do anything for a few more breaths. Circle the hands to frame the front foot. Let the right heel pop up. The right drops down. You turn your right toes out a little bit on an angle, like the shin bone has to go out. You're going to roll open to a modified side plank. So the left leg's going to lift up. So you're going to bend your elbow in half, and then you're going to open it up. Good. You're going to crunch it in, and then you're going to open up. So you're stabilizing with that bottom arm. You're going to crunch it in, go slow, and open it up. One more for good luck. You're going to crunch it in. It's Friday the 13th. We need luck. And open it up and hold. Hand and knee down. You're in a tabletop position. Curl the toes into the mat, lift the hips, down dog. Down dog. Look to the top of the mat. You can step, float, skip, crawl, get there light. Long spine, fold in half. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag your hands to prayer, drop your arms. Good. So you're going to take a little baby chair at the top here. Bend it a little bit into your legs, and then wrap your left thigh around your right thigh. And wrap your left arm underneath your right arm for eagle. It's raining in here. Good. Yes. Helen, is this okay for the shoulder? Okay, great. Because if it's not, just give yourself a bear hug. Warrior three. You can unravel everything. You can use blocks. Warrior three. So you're standing on your right leg and your left leg is up and back. Yes, perfect, Mara. Use blocks. Arms alongside your body, hands in prayer. You can keep the eagle arms. You can bind them. Get out of your right hip, guys. You got to transfer the weight so it's even. Warrior one, step back. Warrior one. Turn your back toes to that 70-degree angle. Drop your arms alongside your body. Interlace your hands. Inhale the breath. Exhale the breath. Come forward. Humble warrior. Your humble could just be a little bit forward. Turn the left ribs. So when you're in this, you want to bring your torso down like this. Yes, left ribs, left shoulder blade forward. Perfect. Your stomach can rest on your thigh. You don't have to get in there like a sandwich. So pay attention to the right hip. It likes to jut out. Grip it in. Looks good, Jess. Alignment looks solid. Anchor through your feet. Lift the torso. Rise. Keep the front leg bent for a sec. Sweep your arms up towards the sky. Straighten your right leg on track. Step your back foot in about an inch or two. We're going to move into twisting triangle. Right hand on hip. Left arm reaches big and long. As you come forward for twisting triangle, utilize a block to the front skinny edge of the mat. Place underneath your left hand. Yes, doing all right? Great. I like the block up high, and I like to move it a little forward. Jode, it looks good when the placement of the forward, but bring it a little closer to you. To the right, yep, and now you're in good shape. Steer your hips back. Right hand can stay on the flat part of your back. Jen, your practice looks awesome today. Really nice. Yes, I play with display of the block. I bring it a little closer and then maybe a little further forward, and you're going to feel more. You're like, I feel floor. Pause. Spring to the top of the mat. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale, the breath folds. Root to rise. I don't think it's on. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. It's not. It's just raining in New Jersey in the classroom. Pause for a second. Guys, it's just humidity, so you can make it. It's like 15 more minutes of your life. You can do it. Trust me. You've done harder things. So little baby chair, little baby chair. The standing leg's going to be the left leg this time. If you got it mixed up, just do the opposite. Right leg wraps around. Right arm wraps under. Eagle. Weights in the standing heel. And the trick with this pose is that people are really resistant to sit, but you really got to sit into it. You got it. Warrior 3. So you're just going to unravel yourself, maybe keeping the eagle arms. I personally like the arms alongside the body, or sometimes just fingertips to the floor onto blocks. We want to make sure we're not dumping into the left hip. Yeah. Neutralize the pelvis. Franca looks awesome. The back where you want. Talk about that where you want. Drop your arms on the body. Keep your clap in your hand. Inhale the left on thigh. Shoulder can drop down. You pick. That's it, Mer. Looks good. Spin the right ribs forward. Grip the left hip in. Anchor through your legs and your feet. Grip the hips. Start to lift the torso. Keep the bound hands for a beat. Lift the torso up. Then straighten the left leg on track. Step your back foot in an inch or two. Sweep your arms out and up. Left hand on hip. Right arm drives up and then comes forward for twisting triangle. Reach way out. Use that block. Place it up high. Left hand could be on hip or the flat part of your back. Alexi, bring your hand to the flat part of your back for a sec. I don't know if you could feel that, but your right hip is really far back. So what I want you to do is see if you can. Yes, you just did it. Even it out and then go back. Perfect. Mobility. Yes, here we go. You're doing the wrong leg. Switch legs. Switch legs. There you go. 2 more breaths, just so Jen can make the most of it. She went the wrong way. Hands to frame your front foot. Step to a down dog. Step back, down dog. Roll forward to plank. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Stay with me, guys. Last standing pose. Right foot forward, crescent lunge. So you have the choice right now, what you want to do. You could drop the back knee if it's too intense. Drag the hands to prayer. Lean way out first. Then hook the elbow and twist. Everything you've done throughout the course of the practice gets you to this point in the class. Easy twist is a nice option, which just be the hands to the inside. If the left elbow is comfortably on the outside of the leg, 2 more. Hands to frame your front foot, plank position. Keep it tight to the floor. Chaturanga. Smooth through your up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. The left foot steps, the back heel stays lifted, or maybe you opt out and you drop the knee. That's totally cool and fine. Rise, crescent lunge. Drag your hands to prayer. Before you just bump it right into it, you want to extend the spine forward, lean, then hook and twist, because it's about getting the extension, and it also gives you awareness, like maybe my body doesn't want to twist that deep today. Point the elbow towards the sky. Grip your left hip in. Back leg zipped up, or maybe you opt that knee down. There's a little lean back action. If you want to open up your arms, give it a whirl. If not, just stay here and breathe. Right position. No push-ups, I don't go. Smooth transition to your up. Let's land the right knee forward, half pigeon. Yeah. Yeah, right knee forward, half pigeon. If this doesn't feel good for you, please let me know. Switch left side. Just kind of stay in that yoga mode. Five more breaths. Yeah. Okay, come up nice and slow with your torso. As you come up, you're going to lean on the left side, swing your right leg forward, lay down on your back. Before we go into bridge, wheel, and then rest, you're going to lay down. You're going to bend your knees in half. So it's going to look like this, like you're going to bridge. Your right leg's going to go up to the sky. The hands are going to come behind the head, okay? The left hand is going to touch the left shin. You're going to lower it down. You're going to tap it back up. The hand goes back behind the head. You're going to bend the knee and bicycle it out. Re-extend the leg and tap long. Bend the knee, crunch it open. Bend the leg back up, tap it open. Some sort of expression of this. You can make it up. This is the beauty. You just kind of just move. Bend it up. You got it. So just be free and expect that you probably are going to mess this up, right? But it's a straight leg version and then a half bicycle version. So go. Everyone looks great. I'm not looking at you because we're just gonna, yeah, just keep going for another 5. Crunch up, 4. I told you I'm bad at math. 2, 2 more. And then come back to neutral, hands behind the head. Keep the core strong. Left leg lifts. Here we go. Go straight leg first. Bicycle it out. Bring it back in straight leg. Lower down. Back in. Figure it out. Kind of not know what you're doing. Sometimes. You got it. Lower. Crunch it up. Lower it. Elongate. Crunch in. Give me 5 more. Doing great. Two more. One more. Hug the knees in, give them a squeeze. Take the feet flat to the floor, lift the hips, bridge pose. Yeah. Bridge. You can have a block underneath your low back. You can slide blocks underneath your feet. Megan, you kind of like them, right? Oh, okay. Bridge pose, bridge pose. Some version of a bridge. Exhale the breath, lower down. One more set of this. Come on, guys, you got this. So you're gonna set up bridge, wheels, supported shoulders, something that keeps you in this mode. Is it go now? If you're going up to a full wheel, flip your palms, bring your chin to your chest. Way to support it. Exhale the breath, lower down. If you're on a block, bend your knees in half, take your feet flat, lift your hips up enough that you can remove the block and take your feet wide and let your knees knock in. Good. Reach for the blades of your feet, pull your knees down around your rib cage. Soften the shoulders down the back for happy baby. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a very big squeeze, a squeeze around your leg, like kind of crouch in. Exhale the breath. You're going to slide right out into Shavasana. Complete rest is honestly the best part of the practice. You can knock the over. So good. Next minute or two, 3 minutes to just complete rest. Take a big breath in. Follow it up with a full deep exhale breath out. Arms reach up over the top of the head. Give yourself a really big stretch. If you prefer finishing your practice in a laying down kind of Shavasana, please stay. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give them a big squeeze. And rock up however you get up. And just sit with your eyes closed. Yeah. Sit up nice and tall and just feel the effects of this morning's practice. Push yourself, challenge yourself, try new things, go into new situations a different way. So your yoga present on the mat and then bring it out to real life. Drag your hands to prayer. Be grateful that you have the ability to challenge yourself. Not everyone does. Lift the head, open the eyes. Namaste. Have an awesome afternoon. Hydrate yourselves. Please let me know if you have any questions. I will see you all next week. And be careful walking out of here. There's some small ponds of sweat. Bye, Andy.